about the largest sex trafficking operation where in modern history, where wealthy million and billionaire men were allowed over and over and over, this big secret, everyone kept their mouths quiet, to rape little girls. Having somebody's name appear thousands and thousands of times in the largest sex trafficking operation in modern history. And it's not like this is some rumor, this isn't gossip. It's about transparency. It's like, show us the effing files. Like
accountability. Can somebody go to jail, please?
Yes. And of course they have a woman in jail, but there are,
of course,
other countries are arresting and holding wealthy people accountable. Like it's actually a real crime. Our FBI interviewed an accuser multiple times. In fact, her testimony is tied to just, exactly what I'm talking about. So Ghislaine Maxwell, and was credible enough to secure a conviction. Yet the public record appears to be missing on 3 of the interviews.
Appears to be missing. No, it's called, they purposely took it out.
Absolutely. And guess what? Those interviews talk about how Trump raped her. I mean, this is crazy, about connecting him.
When she was 12, 13, 14, right?
13-year-old. Yeah. And, I don't know if that's the same case as the...
Right, because there's so many of them, you just don't even know.
It's so confusing. I mean, if you watch the testimony of this Katie Johnson, which is not her real name, talk about when she was raped when she was 13 by Epstein and Trump, she talks about her being tied up and her screaming no. And she was a virgin, for God's sakes. And she's devastated. And she says Trump just told her, you should be happy that I was your first, basically, and in a lot nastier way. I mean, you guys, and who are billionaires and millionaires have been allowed over decades to rape.
The Catholic Church was brought down because of this shit. And you're going to tell me that our government isn't going to be held accountable? I just feel like the American people, when it comes to pedophiles, we just really do not play.
You think, because all the time I hear over.
It's going to happen, Kim. It's going to happen.
Okay.
It is.
I hear for years and years people say, "Oh, I'll chop their what's up. I'll do this." Oh, but I never heard them say, unless they're the president or unless they're a rich guy. And you know what? That is so American of us.
Yeah.
Well, they're rich. Are we that fucked up in the head with our values? Because they're rich, we'll let them rape our little girls? Oh my God. And I'm just saying, telling us the public's being told, we're just not releasing him, and then they released him, then they put him back, this is crazy. Interviews were referenced but not released. Documents are heavily redacted. Files are posted, removed, and reposted. Women who were survivors, names, pictures of them naked, their addresses, their phone numbers, where they work, are put out. But Trump's name's redacted. Yeah. Give me a break. This is sick shit. And
it is beyond sick.
They must think that the public is really fucking stupid.
They do. They've never been held accountable for anything. Why would they think? That's the whole, I think, goal of the power of being wealthy, is that there's no accountability for any of it. And let's talk about the class divide, right? That literally you have all this money and that you can literally take poor people's children and rape them, and
that's what they did.
Keep them in bondage, enslave them. Yes. I mean, this is a class, such a class issue. Like, I cannot even believe, that some of these poor girls made, okay, I'm in this situation for money to be able to provide my family for food, but look what I have to go through. Look what I have to do.
They purposely picked young girls who were vulnerable. They didn't just
who were poor.
They knew exactly what they were doing. Now, this is how it's supposed to work. The Department of Justice is supposed to answer to the law. The FBI is supposed to answer to the Constitution. And the president is supposed to answer to the people.
No, the head of the FBI is in Milan drinking beer out of, beer, whatever, in the men's hockey.
Men's hockey.
Yes.
Hockey. Yeah. Power isn't supposed to equal immunity. And we all say no one's above the law. No one's above the law. That's bullshit. Oh, yeah. Some people are above the law. you're not guilty. I'm not saying you're guilty by association, but you
But
can.
maybe you are.
But
Yes,
but
maybe
but
in some cases you are.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean, you could be if you went there and you knew what he did. Then I'm sorry.
Right. Well,
That's
and like Virginia, I don't know if you've watched her video. I mean, her interview on 60 Minutes,
I did.
Virginia Griefry.
I did. Yeah.
And she's like, so many people were complicit. We had doctor's appointments because a lot of times we were bleeding. There was things wrong with us. The doctors were in on it. The dentists were in on it. We had psychiatrists, psychologists were in on it. The staff were in on it. So, you know, listen,
People know
we're
something. People know something, and they're
they
all
of
keeping
course
out
they know
quiet.
something and they say nothing. They just take the money.
Think of how many hundreds of people know exactly what happened. They know
Yep.
exactly. That's what makes me sick. I'm just going to say it. There are probably hundreds and hundreds of people who were there who said, well, Katie Johnson said there were two people in the room when she was tied
Yes.
and raped. Watching. They were fucking watching. And here's the thing. There are hundreds and hundreds of people who know exactly what happened, and they're
Yeah.
obnoxious and completely should be held accountable for
Everybody
knowing
should.
this and watching it and not speaking out. What's wrong
Yep.
with people?
No shit.
I don't understand.
No shit.
I mean,
It is
talk
sick.
about
So
it's
sick.
been revealed. The wealthiest elites in this country can do whatever the fuck they want and get away with it. If they can rape little girls, it's a
Yep.
goddamn free for all.